greatest semi-finals that we have watched in the Champions League. It is truly mouth-watering. It is crazy. It is exciting. Everything you want in football. There is something that Pep Guardiola said. He says, the thing about Inter versus Barcelona is the reason why seats will always be filled in stadiums. This is football. This is why we love football. They say this in boxing. Styles make fights. And today you met the best of offense versus the best in defense. And the best in defense won. Inter versus Barcelona. Yamal versus Lautaro Martínez. Raphinha versus Thuram. Pedri versus Çalhanoğlu. These teams that played today gave us a brilliant semi-finals, and this is only happening in the Champions League. It is only happening in the Champions League. Not Inter Milan, I'm sorry, but International, National, whatever they call the name, versus Barcelona. We have already understood the special one after he went back to Barcelona, after they denied him the opportunity to manage Barcelona and chose Pep Guardiola. By the way, that was not a bad choice. But the way he did this, and we all recognize what that was. But today Inzaghi went in the Siro and delivered a masterpiece, a piece of fight, a piece of grit, a piece that every single person can be proud of. Now let's talk about this game. The game ended 4-3. Inter versus Barcelona, 4-3. The aggregate score was 7-6. It's just ridiculous. Aggregate. The first leg was 3-3. It ended. This leg in the first 90 minutes ended 3-3. And then in the extra time, we saw a goal. And the funny part about it is the goal that equalized for Inter was from Arsebi. This is the same person that was in the lower leagues since he was 22. The same person that hit rock bottom when his dad passed away. The same person that was in the bars drinking and literally wallowing away by the bottom of the bottle. He comes up in the big moment and does it for Inter. Gets them that equalizer and gets them to the extra time. And of course, Frattesi, if I'm pronouncing his name right, Frattesi, what a curler. What a curler in the 99th minute to win the game for Inter. It was beautiful. This football is a beautiful game. And anybody that is not watching it in the back, I need you guys to realize that football cures minds. Football cures depression. Football cures a lot of things. For that 90 minutes, that 120 minutes, nothing else matters in the world. And that is what football does. That is what football does. This game started early with Inter's dominance. Inter started strong, just like they did in the first leg. 2-goal lead going into the half. 30 minutes into the game, a goal from Martínez and a goal from Çalhanoğlu. Beautiful finish. But then you see Barcelona's fight back. You see the fight back, and that was just truly magnificent. The fight back, the try, the goal from Garcia was a top-notch goal. The goal from Dani Olmo, being able to understand you need to separate yourself from the defenders that Inter has and to finish, was just another brilliant finish. And then it was 2-2. But that game did not end there. The game did not end there because Raphinha came with a banger. The pass from Pedri. Wait, I think it was Pedri that got the ball and the pass from Olmo to Pedri. Not to Pedri, but to Raphinha. Raphinha's first shot from Yann Sommer. And by the way, I'm going to talk about Yann Sommer. Fires the shot. Yann Sommer deflects the ball, not to the right position, but the ball was going so fast that he just had to deflect it anywhere. The defense do not react quicker. And then you see Raphinha return the ball and hit the bar and it goes in. 3-2. The game you think is all over. And then you see another assist from Denzel Dumfries. Might I add Denzel Dumfries today in this whole semi-finals was the MVP. If they gave MVP for semi-finals, he would have been the MVP because we are talking about 2 goals in the first leg. You get me? 1 assist in the first leg. Two assists in this semi-finals. You are talking about 6 goal. Are you guys understanding this situation? 5 goal involvement in 7 goals for the semi-finals is just mind-blowing. It truly is mind-blowing. It's beautiful to see though. That's one thing I have to say. It is truly beautiful to see that a wing back can affect the game that much. It is based on the system. Based on the system. And that is one thing that, to put my Manchester United rose-tinted glasses, we have seen that Ruben Amorim wants his wing back to do. That's why the likes of Amad Diallo is getting better and better every single day, and we are realizing his importance. That's one thing that we are realizing. You get me? So it's not just about Denzel Dumfries, it's about the system. But then in the final end of that game, you saw the fight from Inter. You saw the push. You saw the fight. You saw every single thing. They were going to win this game. Azuri, they were going to win this game, and there was nobody stopping them. No single person stopping them. Now, let me talk about Barcelona. This game was one of the worst games that they could have chosen to play. Not chosen per se, or they could have been picked to play, because the styles of both teams are so different, but yet so perfect for each other that it's caused a lot of problems. Barcelona play a very high line, literally about 5 to 10 spaces from the center circle. However, Inter plays a very low block. So they are going to take the press, and what Inter depends on is the pace of their fullbacks and the pace of or the hold-up play of Marcos Thuram. This is the key part. Because if they can beat the high line by that hold-up play, bear in mind, Marcos Thuram is not offside on the halfway line. So Inter just finds a way to get the ball to Thuram. Thuram holds the ball, brings the player in, but bear in mind, the moment the ball is kicked towards Thuram, the fullbacks are bombing forward. They are bombing forward, and that is why we saw Dumfries get all the assists that he got. However, Barcelona do not play in a low block, nor in a mid block. They play in a very high line, because they want to squeeze. They want to honestly reduce the pitch to your half alone. That is definitely something that Pep Guardiola did before. He doesn't do it anymore because of the fact of how volatile it can be in terms of losing a goal on the counter. And that's what Hansi Flick did today. And this was a tough one because Barcelona's offense is so well drilled. This is a team that did not even have Balde to complete their offense, because Balde is also a very, very good defensive player. Did not have Kunde to complete their offense. Did not have what they call it, Lewandowski, to complete their offense. These things are all things that affected Barcelona today. However, they did not seem affected because they scored 3 goals today. 3 goals. Crazy work. You get me? Crazy work. And they kept on fighting. They kept on fighting. They kept on pushing. They did not do it today, but one thing we got to say is Lamine Yamal is a baller. He's a baller, but his inexperience showed. His inexperience showed, but you can only just say, I cannot wait to see this guy play 2, 3, 4 seasons in top flight football, because he is going to be dangerous. Same with Raphinha. Raphinha is not inexperienced, but he did everything right. He worked so hard for the team, and he just did not work out today. This Barcelona team is very young. Very young. Now there's a sprinkle of old heads in it, but they are very young and they are going to be back. However, Inter are into the finals, and this is 2 finals in a row. 2 finals in a row. It is going to be do or die for them in that final because they have to win it at this point. Let me know what you guys think about this game. It was one of the best games that I've watched of football in a very long time. Hit that like button, comment down below what you think, hit that subscribe button if you have not. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.